Okay, friends, we are going to sew up 2 sets of Shenanigan Skorts. I love this pattern. It is just so quick and so easy. Need to make sure I know who it is. Is it Love Notions or is it... I'll have to write it below. I think it's a Love Notion pattern, but I will write it. I'll put it below. I don't know if you can see me or not. The first one we're going to do is in this beautiful cotton jersey, and then we're going to do one in an older art gallery fabric. I talked about this art gallery fabric in my Sunday social. This is what it's going to look like when it's done. Let me make sure I can get this in frame. There we go. So it has, I do the yoga waistband, not an elastic waistband. I put my own pocket on the outside. The pattern has pockets on the little shorties, like tennis or golf. I made my little shorties out of this soft cotton knit. Oh my gosh, this feels so fantastic. If I'm going to use these mainly for sleeping, I don't hem them. We'll talk about curved hems later. I don't hem these. I just leave them straight, and if you kind of pull it a little bit, it'll make almost like a ruffled hem that's cute, so it doesn't look unhemmed. Like I said, yoga waistband, cute shorties underneath. I'm going to be making a lot of these for the summer. We're going to move over to the sewing machine in just a second, but I just want to share with you how easy, simple, quick these are. The little shorties are just 2 leg pieces. There's a gusset for the shorties. You don't have to do the gusset. I kind of like it. Makes them fit better, not so crumpled up at night. My yoga waistband, which is just a straight waistband that I fold in half. I have drafted my own pattern based off of a tutorial from Karina at Lifting Pins and Needles. And then it's a front and a back. Couldn't be easier. Let's get sewing. Okay, everyone, here we go. Let's see. Make sure I got the camera set up the best I can. I am going to be sewing the Shenanigan Skort up on my Janome Horizon 8900, my baby. I've had it forever. It started out as a quilter machine, then it became a bag making machine, and now it sews garments. I keep my walking foot installed all the time. This is an AccuFeed foot for Janome, and it is fantastic. I never have to worry about what I'm sewing with. I have input a stretch ballpoint needle. I am going to change my stitch to a lightning stitch, maybe. I have a medium length, I have medium and long. So we're going to do that. Now I'm all set up to sew with stretch fabrics on this machine. First thing we're going to do is take a leg, match up the crotch seam, and sew it right sides together. For items like this, I don't tend to pen. Pretty easy just to hand put it together and it stays together. I almost always use a 1/2 inch, but for this I am going to use the recommended pattern seam of 3/8 of an inch. And like I said, if you just don't stretch them, lay these pieces together, especially in a cotton jersey, they should sit real nice. Well, you know, unless your machine doesn't cooperate. I'll be back. Got to figure out why we're not picking up the bobbin thread. We're on rabbit. We're not rabbiting very well. This lightning stitch, it takes a while, but I do prefer it. Y'all probably can't even hear me. I prefer to sew the first stitch on my machine rather than just doing it all by serger. You could make this whole skirt on the serger. I am using the lightning stitch because I know you guys are going to tell me that I need to. But honestly, probably what I would do if I weren't showing you is I would do a straight stitch and then finish it on my serger. We're going to do the second leg. I have these marked. Can you see this? I'm terrible at showing you things. But I have the fabric with a friction pin just marked this is the right side or the front. Because I do want to at least make sure they're done, both legs are done the same. So I'm going to put right sides together. Now we're going to put the legs together. One set leg, can't talk. One leg inside the other leg. Should be right sides together. So lay one out, wrong side up. Put the other one inside out. I don't know why I'm talking like that. And then put one leg inside the other. You're going to match up those leg seams and the top. I moved the camera again. So we're going to match up the leg seams and the top. If I'm really concerned about getting the seams right, I will put, let's see, how do I do that? There we go. I will put the pin in the seam of one and then find the seam of the other. And that way I make sure my seams are going to be fairly well lined up. It also helps to shake it all out. Now we can go match the tops. And all around the curve. One thing I will mention here is don't stretch your fabric, which can be hard to do with a stretchy knit, or hard not to do. I have found for curves, things that are curved and need to fit together. They may not fit when you lay them flat. See how wrinkly that is? But if you'll take the part underneath and just gently round it along the lines of what you do when you press using a ham, you'll get that gentle curve and make all the fabrics match up. I always do a second glance, make sure I've got right side to right side. Sew her up. Don't stretch, guys. This is definitely not as fast as serging, but I do think it makes a stronger seam. This is also the basic construction for shorts in general. It's a good place to start if you're a beginner. You are constantly rearranging your fabric. That will help you not stretch it out. And we're on the home stretch of these puppies. Shorts. Now if you turn them out and you did everything right, you've got a cute little pair of boy shorts ready to go in your skirt. Now I've got the front and back of the skirt. Honestly, this couldn't be more simple. I like to use painter's tape or artist tape to mark my pieces. For example, in this skirt, I've cut out 4, so I had to take the pattern pieces away. So I need to mark each one of those. And it does matter here what's the front and what's the back. So you can use painter's tape. It doesn't leave a sticky residue. You can also put it on there with friction pen, or in this case, probably with a regular pen. There's your front and back. Now, I like a pocket in mine, and this on the front, and this pattern doesn't come with a pocket. So I make my own little square pocket to go on the front. I interface it. You could also interface the actual skirt if you don't think it's strong enough. I know a lot of people don't want to put pockets in knits because it makes them sag or feel like they're sagging. I feel like a medium weight interfacing will help the pocket not do that. I need a place to put my keys. I can get in and out of my car with my keys in my pocket or my purse, and more often than not, they're in my pocket. So I do like a pocket here. I'm going to step away, make the pocket, and come back. So now I have cut my patch pocket. I've eyeballed where I want it to go and pinned it in place. Now we're going to sew it on. I've already sewn the top. I have switched to a straight stitch because I don't need this to be stretchy. Remember, I'm going to sleep in these. These aren't for wearing out. So I'm using white thread, making it as easy on myself as I can. I have found on this angled skirt, now you probably can't see it, but the pocket's at an angle. But then when you put it on, it comes out straight. Now I know what the front is. We're going to grab the back, put them right sides together, and stitch up the side seams. Okay, I have sewn and pressed my side seams. The only thing left is putting the little shorts and the waistband and the skirt together. You're going to get my mini lecture here about sewing, oh my gosh, about pressing your seams. Even on knits, it will take a wonky seam and make it prettier. I press my serge seam to one side from the wrong side. Then I turn it right side out. Make sure that seam is all facing either the front or the back. I prefer the back. and put it together. Pressing it, and it really does make a difference. All right, let's put the rest of this baby together. We're going to take the little shorts, and you will see, just like on regular shorts, that there's a front and a back. In this case, it's just the front shorter. I don't know if you can see that, but the front is a little bit shorter than the back. So I'm going to make sure when I put these shorts inside the skirt, right side of the shorts to wrong side of the skirt, that little dip's in front. Now, before I do that, I have my side seams, but I'm going to find the front and back seam as well. If I were making this for someone else, I would be a lot more precise. For myself, I'm just going to mark that with a pen. And I say that because the front and back are not exactly the same width. And I'm going to do it all wrong. Then I'm going to lay it out correctly again. Match up those pins. Now I'm going to put the shorts inside the skirt, front to front, right side of the shorts, wrong side of the skirt. Match up those seams, well, the pin with a seam, the front, the back. Then I do the sides. Yes, I should have gotten marked the sides of the shorts, but I didn't, but that's okay. It all fits together nicely. You don't have to stretch these shorts to fit. The top is the same circumference. So if you don't mark any of them, as long as you keep shaking them out and looking at it, it should be good. Now, I'm going to pin the rest of this and baste it all together. I have now basted the little shorties and the skirt together with a long zigzag, and we're going to put on the yoga band. To do this, you're going to put right sides together and sew up the two seams so it makes one long circular band. I just have a formula for how I make my yoga band. I don't like it as long this way as some people do. I want it to be more, maybe 3 inches. So I made my own pattern. Actually, it's not even a pattern. It's just measurements that I know are going to work for me. Now I'm going to fold it wrong sides together. If I'm doing this on a piece of clothing that I'm going to wear out somewhere or that needs a little extra reinforcement, I will then go and base this together. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to turn it wrong sides together to get my band and then find my quarter points. Again, you're not stretching at this point. No stretching. You can also press it at this point. I don't do that either. I just match my edges. And I'm going to replace this pink pen because I'm going to use the pink ones to find my quarter marks in just a minute. Okay. Now we've got a band. Now we're going to find the quarters. So I'm going to take the back seam, take a pink pen, and mark the back. Not very well, but mark the back. And now I'll put those together. And put in another pinky. And find my other quarter points and mark them. People do this differently. I don't know that there's a right, well, there probably is a right way and a wrong way, but I probably don't do it that way. I take my band and stick my skirt, shorts, whatever it is, pants, inside. And give it a little shaky poo. Then start matching my quarter points. I do the back first because that's a real seam. Then the front. Then the sides. This time, when you're sewing it, you are going to stretch the band, right, Lesa? Well, you're kind of going to stretch them. You're going to stretch the band. No, you're not. You're going to stretch the bottom to meet the band. Don't listen to me. I will give you wrong information. Just to reiterate that, you're going to stretch the bottom to fit the band. somewhere in here you're going to confuse yourself. But if you just shake it all out, it'll all be good. Front, front, side, side. And I've done something wrong, so it's not fitting, so I'm just going to shake it out again and recenter everything. The band, of course, is going to draw up. That's kind of the point, that it's big enough to pull over your hips, but then snug enough to go at your waist. And the front is a little wider than the back. There, we're good. I'm going to put a label in. I'm going to sew it first, then I'm going to serge it. Be right back. And voila, just like that, we've made this cutest little 4 out of 5 patterns, 5 out of 4 patterns. I'm going to put it on the bottom again because I can't remember it, obviously. I put in a label. I put it on the side because I don't like it on the back scratching me. She's going to get a good press. If you remember, she's not going to get hemmed. I am going to even up this hem. I could hem it, but I'm not going to. I might serge the bottom. I'm not sure. And we've got a new sleep short set. I hope you enjoyed coming along with me on this little journey. This fabric is so old and it needed to go out of my stash. Should have done it for So Frugal. Is today the 31st? I might can get it in for So Frugal. I'm not sure. You can tell just places where I pressed it wasn't the best quality to begin with, but they'll be great to sleep in. Hope you enjoyed it. See you later. Bye now. Oh, and if you wonder why I keep walking back this way, in case you see some of that, my tablet, which is controlling the video portion of this video, keeps running out of battery, so I've got it plugged in over here. I don't have a place to plug it in conveniently on my cutting table.